Months we've been reporting on mail issues on both sides of the bi-state. Now lawmakers from Illinois and Missouri are demanding action from the U.S. Postal Service. 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki is in the newsroom with the latest on their call to action. Holden.
Well, Mike, late this afternoon, Illinois Congressman Mike Bost introduced a bill demanding improved accountability from the Postal Service after he says he received more than 250 complaints about delays in post office closures. This comes as a number of Missouri lawmakers call for an audit of our area's largest mail processing center. When it comes to the United States Postal Service, Senator Josh Hawley doesn't mince his words.
It particularly can be a major lifeline, often is, especially for older folks.
In April, Senator Hawley sent a letter to Postmaster General Louis DeJoy demanding answers about mail delays in rural areas across the Show Me State.
And the idea that you may have to wait weeks before your prescriptions would come, or your Social Security check, or you may have to wait weeks before you hear from a family member, that is not acceptable.
That's why Hawley and 3 other Missouri lawmakers recently sent this letter to General DeJoy, calling for an audit of the Hazelwood Mail Sorting and Distribution Center, citing growing concerns about mail going undelivered and in some cases being lost altogether.
And so far what I've seen is reports from the audits, reports from the Inspector General that say there are multiple issues in execution, but I don't see post office leadership so far addressing those.
This comes at a time when Senator Jon Ossoff, a Democrat from Georgia, is calling for Congress to have more control over the Postal Service, including term limits for the Postmaster General.
It may be necessary. I mean, the truth is that we can't have this continuing pattern where in our state, it's just about everywhere you look.
Though Senator Hawley doesn't blame postal workers for the ongoing issues.
If our folks on the ground, if postal workers on the ground need more help and reinforcements, then headquarters should give it to them.
In the meantime, he says something has to change.
This just cannot go on like this. I mean, again, people need their mail.
I reached out to the U.S. Postal Service for comment on this story, and a spokesperson told me they have received the request from Missouri lawmakers and would be responding to them directly.